thank you for joining us today. Welcome to another episode of Unwind with Oasis, where we relax, unwind, and enjoy meaningful conversations with entrepreneurs, business leaders, members of the Cigar community, and inspiring people who are making a difference. I am Tammy Armstrong, and you are?
And I'm Carlos Armstrong.
Together, we are the owners of Oasis South Florida Cigar Lounge, a veteran luxury mobile cigar lounge serving Florida, North Carolina, and beyond, and we love it. So every episode, we will introduce to our audience the remarkable guests who are creating business, serving the community, and inspiring others through their stories.
So grab your favorite cigar, drink, and set it on in, and let's unwind together.
Hey, so look, guys, today we are excited to welcome an accomplished entrepreneur, business owner, and a visionary in the beauty and skin care industry.
Laurasha Lovett is proof that strength and softness can live in the same store. She is a wife, a mom, and a former U.S. Marine. She built her foundation on discipline and service, earning a bachelor's degree in investigative forensic science with a minor in criminal justice and a master's degree in forensic science with a specialization in biosecurity, biotech, and biodefense. She stepped into entrepreneurship in 2014, built a bathe and skincare brand rooted in intention and self-care in 2018. Then in 2024, a breast cancer diagnosis changed everything, pulling her home to fight for her health and lean fully into motherhood in 2025. She rang the bell cancer-free and came back stronger, relaunched her company as a bold new chapter in clean, elevated self-care. Laurasha is dedicated wife, stay-at-home mom, and the founder of Lovett Lane, living proof that soft life is still a powerful one. Laurasha, welcome to Unwind with Oasis. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to have you. And you know what? Another thing is, you are my classmate, and that's what I was telling my husband about. I was like, oh my God, not only is she Laurasha, but she's a classmate of mine, and I am honored to have you here. So I do have a question for you, but let me
have
your name so people can see who you are, just in case they forget.
Listen, don't forget me, people. Don't forget me.
No, we're not gonna forget you. So to begin with everything, tell us a little bit about who you are. Who is Laurasha Lovett? And what inspired you to create the Secret Serum Skincare?
Man, if I have to say who I am, I am a South Carolina born and raised girl. Yes, Southern girl here. My mom was a teenage mom. Then after that, I went into the military. So I defied the odds of what society said I was going to be. And then I went to the military, and then life happened, right? So I'm a mom of 4. I'm a wife. I'm a Marine veteran, breast cancer survivor. It's like a long life. I collected all of these things, but the essence of who I am and what I've learned is I'm resilient, I'm strong, but I'm also soft and loving and just care for people. So I'm your best friend. I'm getting into auntie age apparently. So I'm your auntie, but then I'm also your best friend. And then I'm also your homegirl that we can kick it out with. I'm just a roundaway girl.
And I like that. So look, I'm trying to work everything, do everything all at once. Don't have a clue what I am doing, but guess what? We are rocking it. And I
Listen,
and I thank you for sharing that with us because, one thing I must say, you have a beautiful smile.
thank you.
Beautiful smile. And Carlos, do you see her skin?
Yes, I do. Lovely, lovely.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. Didn't know you was from South Carolina. Of course, Tammy's born and raised South Carolina as well. So, I guess that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
But let me ask you this: every successful business starts with a purpose. Okay, so that being defined, what was the defining moment that made you realize entrepreneurship was your path to want to pursue?
Ooh, great question. When I was still active duty, I was just going through some things. And at the time, my oldest was like 6, the twins were like 1. And I realized I had missed so much of like their lives. So I just prayed to God and was like, hey, God, like, I don't think this military thing is for me anymore. I was recently divorced, going through a separation, well, separated, going through a divorce. And I was just like, I want to be able to put my kids on and off the bus. I don't want to have to worry about our bills and our livelihood. I want to be able to build that bond and be with them. And one thing led to another, end up medically retiring. And then that is how Entrepreneur started because I wanted to be in my kids' life. I wanted them to grow up with me getting them on and off the bus. Like all these memories I didn't have growing up. But then also when you have to drop your kid off at your mom at a young age and sign power of attorney and relinquish your rights, you realize you give a lot for your country and things like that. So then I wanted to give a lot to my kids. So that's how I got into entrepreneurship. That allowed me to stay home, be with my kids, and build while I'm home.
Wow, I like that. Look, I can attest to everything you just said. Everything. After serving
Right?
26 years in the military, woo, look, I understand. And I thank you for sharing that with us. So I
Thank you.
love hearing the why behind every business. We always have the why. What
Mm-hmm.
problem were you hoping to solve for your customers? You already solved the problem for yourself. You did. You solved it for yourself. So what problem you are hoping to solve for your customers when you launch your skincare company?
That's so good because I rebranded without even knowing the problem I was going to be solving. I actually rebranded for my own personal reasons. Like I said, being a breast cancer survivor, and when I was going through that rabbit hole of why was I diagnosed? How did I get it? All, the things that go through our mind when we hear that diagnosis and we're going through things. And I was like, okay, I can't eat this, and this, and this. And so then I was like, wait a minute, it's not just what I eat, it's what I put on my skin. And so because I had already been in the bath industry and had a company in the skincare industry prior, I just revamped it and got with my formulator and we redid the recipes and boom, I started using my product during my treatment and things and then started getting compliments. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna rebrand. I'm gonna come out. I did a soft launch and then that soft launch was good. And then I did a hard launch and then I was like, oh my God, it's happening. So I saw the first thing is having a clear mind of what you're putting on your skin. When you get Lovett Lane, it's clean, it's non-toxic, it's conscious friendly to your health. You don't have to compromise good skin and good body care and compromise your health. So that's how it started, honestly, and we've been rocking since.
Well, look, I know I'm getting off script a little bit, because
It's all good.
Carlos.
Let's do it.
Look, Carlos waiting to read. But I remember, when we was in class about a week or two ago, and you was talking
Mm-hmm.
about your product, and you was sharing, and you was getting ready for a meeting, and you and I got
Mm-hmm.
together, and just your story alone, it touched me. It was so inspiring. And
Aw.
then at the end, I said, well, have you thought about partner with or collaborating with Oasis, South Florida Cigar Lounge.
I said, let's do it. I was like, I didn't think you would want to.
But you know what? When I read your story, I looked up everything. You have some of the same similarities that we have. In your skincare product, you say you want people to relax. You want them to unwind. And you know our motto is RUE, relax, unwind, and enjoy. And the more I study, you know, I was all on your social media page. Look, I'm keeping it real. I'm nosy, so I was all on there. But your whole experience was for people to relax, unwind, and enjoy who they are, their skin, their beauty. And so I went to Carlos and I shared with Carlos. I say, look, you got to hear her story. Not only hear it, I shared your link. And I told him, I say, not only does she do it for women, she does it for kids, she does it for men. And he's very particular about his beard. So, Carlos, share with Laurasha, what was your reaction when I came to you after our impromptu meeting?
Well, she was very excited, you know, just to say the least, you know, but whatever you guys talked about, you know, she was very convinced that your products really work, you know, and then she started telling me about the natural things that we put, you know, the unnatural things that we use on our skin and bodies that we don't know of. And I like kind of opened my eyes. Was like, oh, wow, man, so I'm using all these chemicals on my face, on my skin, my beard, etc. And, you know, they got, you know, stuff that's not normal. You know, it's abnormal ingredients, right? Or something that can be detrimental to our skin. So, and then, of course, in the long run, you know, a lot of people develop, you know, stuff like cancer and all that stuff because using stuff with all the toxics and everything, you know, that we don't know about, you know. So that really opened my eyes up. I was like, yeah, you need to have her on because although we're a cigar lounge, you know, hey, we're a business, you know, but you have a business as well. And we want every entrepreneur to share, you know, their history, you know, what got them to the point you are right now. And that being said, you might have had answered this or touched on it earlier, but, you know, every entrepreneur faces challenges. So my question to you is, based on the challenges that have you been through, what's the biggest obstacle that you encountered and how did you push through it?
Oh, I will say that was good. That was real good. With every like level, you know, we go up in business, right? We incorporate new challenges. I'll talk about some past ones and then I'll talk about a current one. So the past challenge was, how do I sell my product without telling my story? Because I just want you to have the product. But then people were like, well, I want the product because of you and how you're using them. And so I had to get out my own way and stop blocking their blessings, my blessings, and sharing my story. The other obstacle is being a stay-at-home mom with very active kids in the sports world. I don't like the word balance, but I think they changing it to harmony. I don't know what the trend is right now, whatever it is. But, you know, I'm trying to harmonize all of this, being, you know, a wife and a mom to some sports kids. So it's all about that. So really being my military discipline kick in hard. Like I on Sundays, I plan out my week, stuff like that. So that was one of the biggest challenge when I got back into it. My current challenge now is scaling. I'm in that ugly stage. You know how you get that haircut it's not long enough to do nothing, but it's too short to do something, and you're like, I'm just in that ugly stage. Well, that's where I'm at with Lovett Lane. I'm in that ugly stage where like we're wanting to grow, but it's like we have certain things have to be in place, i.e. capital, to do all of that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest challenge now. But I feel like every stage in entrepreneurship, in business, when you're growing, whether it's mentally or just business-wise, there's going to be some challenge. It don't get easier when you get up in there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing.
So look, you know, we all go through those challenges. We all have them. We Look, when we decided, I think, 6 weeks ago to do Unwind with Oasis, and that came from a
Six
dream.
weeks old? Oh
Yes,
my
6 weeks
goodness.
old. You're like the third
Oh,
guest. So it came from a vision and a dream. And I always wanted to do this because, serving in the military for 26 years, I always been the spokesperson for my bosses. And so they
mm,
always gave me the mic for me to talk and whatever, convince people or tell people not to do things. And so I wanted to, for us, is create a platform where we have those intentional conversations,
yeah.
those intentionals, entrepreneurs, business owners, cigar lovers. I want people to feel safe here because this is the place where we can relax, unwind, and enjoy.
Mhm.
And so I remember being in class a couple of weeks ago, and when I met with Channing, and he was like, Laura Shay, I said, oh, I said, do you see her skin? Her skin is amazing. And he was like, collaboration in the word collaboration.
He loves the collaboration. You
He
mentioned something, he's like,
does.
oh, y'all should get together.
Yes,
Y'all should.
And so for me, as being an African American woman and a
Hmm.
military retired officer, I went through a lot of challenges. It was
Oh,
hard in the
yeah.
army for me. And so I want us to be able to come on this platform and just feel free, feel relaxed,
Correct.
just have
Yes.
those conversations, tell our story because there's someone out there needs it. We think they
Correct.
don't, and I noticed you mentioned earlier, which I want to go back to. You said you want to sell your product without telling your story. And that person said, no, I want your story.
Yes.
That's the buy-in. That's what they call it, the call of action, the action word.
Correct. That's what
Yes.
that's what they connect to the brand, me, the brand, and my story before they even connect to the product because that's what gets them in. And then once they get into the product, they just hook because it's just that good.
Thank
It's
you,
just that
Lord.
good.
Carlos,
And it
so what do you
goes.
got to say?
I wonder why we don't have no products right now. I mean,
So
you guys been
listen,
in class the last few months, so
you're right. So she sent me y'all address. I got so busy getting ready to go off into, but it's okay. It's sitting here. I got a sticky on my table with y'all stuff that say I need to mail it. It's coming. It's coming.
okay. So I know you touched on collaboration a little bit, but
Hmm.
how important was networking, mentorship, and community been in helping you, grow your business?
Ooh. Since being an entrepreneur in 2014, it's been important. Like I know it's very cliche when a lot of people, especially a lot of business owners that are just beginning, it's very cliche when I tell them your net worth is your net worth is your network is your net worth. Blech. Say that 10 times fast. You know, and so when you networking, when you're showing up for people genuinely, not as a motive, like I show up for people not because I want them to buy my product or them to talk about me. I genuinely show up because I show up how I want people to show up for me. And so when I put that energy out, I'm opening my arms to receive it back. So it's very important for networking and collaboration. Um, and one thing I learned from Tammy is don't be putting my collaborations in the box. Okay, like yes, us and Oasis can definitely collaborate. You know, we gonna be talking about that, but don't be collaborating in a box because you just never know what people need. There's this, I think it was like Blogalicious or something. Even though she was talking to bloggers, she brought on like clothing companies and makeup companies and Toyota deals and Walmart and all of them. And then we were like, why? And she was like, cause the mom that read the blog, they need all this stuff. So don't box yourself in. So it's extremely important. And you don't want to do entrepreneur by yourself. You already by yourself. You don't need to be by yourself. Like there's too many of us who can help higher, lower, reach back, reach forward to help in the entrepreneur world. It just makes it better. All of us can be on the beach sipping mai tais while we getting ching ching. You know what I
Look, you just said my word, my tie. Hey, on the beach.
mean?
Look, you notice the name of the lounge, Oasis, South Florida. Hey,
Listen.
they famous for their beaches. So I love it. I love it. But I notice also, and I like to make sure I recap significant stuff that stands out to me that you mentioned. And when you talked about, the cancer and how you cured from that, I had a scare 3 times. And sometimes we always say, "Oh, I'm not scared to die. I'm not scared to die," until it happens to you, and it's a different verbiage or languages. You're like, "Oh my God, Lord Jesus, I don't want to die. I'm not done. I'm not." So
That's exactly what I said.
thank you, because we all, I know I said it in my times. Carlos, have you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we all say, "Oh, we're not afraid to die. We don't conquer." But no, we say that, but do we truly mean that? I know. See, there you go. You know you didn't mean it, and
I think it was different. Like when I was in the military, and I went in right after 9/11, so they already was like, anybody who come in right after 9/11, baby, y'all deploying. It ain't even a question.
Yep.
And so I went in knowing, okay, that was a possibility. But then when you get out and you're just regular smuggling life, and then you're like, whoa, wait, what'd you say?
Thank
Huh?
you. Yep.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for that because I'm supposed to be here for a long time. So yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
makes you look at life and move differently. Which is right now I don't be stressing myself. Like, listen, I be in bed at a certain time. I'll take a nap. I
You
don't
take
be
naps?
girl. Yes,
Oh, I need to try that because I don't think I took a nap in a long time.
maybe at least 2-3 times a week.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
catch a nap. I put out too much energy
Yes.
and too much thing, and then I realized, our brains and our bodies need to rejuvenate, and only way it's gonna do that is with naps. Honey, listen, my self care is important. My time away is important.
Yeah.
I don't play with that no more. I used to now. I used to burn the candle at both ends.
Yep.
And after my diagnosis, I'd be like, who, what?
Listen,
I
look,
don't
I
feel
need
like
to get my
that.
sticky notes because I'm bad. I think I was up at 2 o'clock this morning trying to work this e-cam, and I still don't have this e-cam down pat. But
Ooh, wait, no
let's,
ma'am.
yes. So let's move on to my next question for you. So we have many viewers. They're dreaming about starting a business just like we did. So what
Uh-huh.
advice will you give someone who has the dream but are afraid to take that first step?
Ooh, the first thing is you can't be afraid and start a business. Baby, we got to be all the way to Lulu. Because building a business is not easy. You got to be ready to accept the ebb and flow. You have to be strong in your business, whatever it is that you want to do. You got to be strong. You got to stand 10 toes down. And you have to understand that dream and that passion and that vision is for you only. Everybody ain't gonna get it, and it ain't meant for them to get it. But you gotta get it. You gotta be the Lulu in it, and you gotta go hard for it because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody gonna go hard for your business like you. So when you are concrete and that's what you want to do, and nothing can stop you, go hard. But link with people. That's another one. Link with people.
Thanks for that solid advice. So I have one question for you. I might be the last one, but what's the next thing?
No, it's not.
What's the next thing for Secret Serum skincare? Are there any?
Oh, so I've been playing with the idea, which I was in my making area, but then when she was like, "Oh, we record too, we have video," I said, "Oh, I need to go move to the setup." So I moved to the setup. Oh, I was like, "Oh, you can't see that mess, okay?" I am experimenting with hair care products. Hair care products. It'll be a simple step, but that's the next thing that I'm working on. I got the skin, the body basically, then hair care. Then after hair care, we'll do a exclusive skincare. Because the stuff I put on my face ain't even my skincare. It is my back care. It's actually my two favorite things in the freaking world is my skin drizzle and my cream. I mix it. It's called the BFF. You mix it together, baby. Skin like butter, butter. It gives you that nice glow. And so I was like, "Ooh, I know when I make a skincare line, it's gonna be on and popping." I already know.
That being said, any type of new partnerships or new projects in the future?
I have some in the works. So we're already in one retail partnership in our local mall. It's the Spotsy Mall here in Virginia. I'm working on a place downtown. We've actually been going back and forth in emails, so we're getting ready to finalize that. So a place downtown, and I'm looking to close to be in a bed and breakfast in our downtown area too. Like I am coming after everything. Like I told myself, I want to be in Walmart. I know we still boycotting Target. I don't know. I think we is. If we is, then I ain't going there. If we ain't,
think,
I'm going there.
yeah. Pastor Jamal Brown, he put a cease on it about 6 months ago. Yeah.
No, I'm like, we still boycotting. I can't remember. I don't go in there anyway. But
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it was about when I heard about it, about 5-6 months ago when so
well, can't be in Target then. Well, go somewhere else.
Not Target, not today. But
Not today.
look, I'm waiting on this new hair care product because I'm natural upon all of this.
Yes,
And
me
so,
too.
Yeah, so it's hard to find products to complement my hair texture.
Yes.
Being back here in the States, we got back here about 6 years ago. The water is very hard. My hair is very fragile. So that's why, I keep it up a lot, and
Okay.
dreadlocks and stuff. But I would love to try your natural hair product. So a
Listen.
question, how soon is that coming out?
So here's the thing. I done made some before for my daughter, my mom, peep friends. So I have it. I just, need to bottle it up.
Look, you don't see this man beard over here?
Listen, I got beard oil. When I send you a package, I got you. But it's like it's one of them things where like you don't want to put too much out too fast because it's a lot to keep up with. But I'm already calling it into existence. By October, when we're gearing up for the holidays, I'm gonna at least have a part-time person. So yeah.
very nice, very nice. Look, I can't wait to test out them beards, moisturizer, beard balms, and oils and all kind of stuff like that because there is a difference. In my experience when I use certain products from certain companies, and
Hmm.
you have some that's way better than others, and it's
Yeah.
not. But I don't mind paying for a beard product, $15-20 if it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. That makes sense.
You paying something, and then it's like, man, what this crap is? It don't last, don't moisturize. You can tell,
Right?
you can tell right away. So I'm
They
excited.
be getting it.
Yeah, I'm excited, you know what I'm saying, to get your products here. So, I know a lot of men and they have beards as well. See, cause when you get in your 50s, this grow, but this don't grow.
That
This
don't
don't grow,
grow
though, you
like
know what I'm
this girl.
saying? Yeah, so hey, we got to have something, something to brag about, LP start thinning out. So I have a lot of friends that they'll appreciate your product. So as soon as I get them and I put them to the test, and then I of course pass word on to them. That way you can have some more clientele on this scene where we're at in North
I
Carolina.
appreciate that. I
No problem.
appreciate
No
that.
problem.
So before we move on to our final question, I wanted to talk
Hmm.
about your skin. You so radiant. Look at your skin. I mean,
Thank
look,
you.
I got bags and stuff. I got to put concealer on to
Uh,
hide. Your beauty is just natural, just
Thank
natural.
you.
Is it because of your product?
It's because of my product. It's because I be taking my time for myself, drinking my water. Okay.
Amen.
And I believe in, like self care. I do put like I do my skincare mask and activated charcoal. I do all of that weekly. I'm gonna get it in. I
Oh
clean my skin
wow.
every day. Even if it's just a light thing and I don't go through my whole ritual, but I clean my skin because our skin is our biggest organ. It absorbs everything. We
Mm-hmm.
cannot stop what it absorbs because the moment you
Yes.
walk out your house, whoosh, all them little germs you cannot see. So it's very
Mm.
important that you're cleaning your skin twice a day. But if you don't have a skincare regimen,
Twice a
listen,
day?
yeah, you need to
Oh,
wash it up in the morning because you
okay.
laid on that pillowcase that you probably ain't, what I'm saying, wash.
Yeah, yeah.
So it got
I told
them
Carlos
dead
to wash
skin
our
cells in there.
pillowcases.
And then in the evening, when you are getting ready
Okay.
to go to bed, you need to wash that day off. You done absorbed
True.
everything. So you
True.
need to clean
Okay.
your skin off. Yeah. So that's what I do. I use my product in addition to I do self care with masks. I do the eye patches. I drink my
Mm.
water. Mind
Okay.
my business.
Okay.
And yeah.
But I heard recently, I watch lately. I've been watching the news. I try to stay away from it because some of the stuff
Okay.
gets me a little edgy. But I heard that they've been talking about cold water is very good. I used to drink room temperature water, but now they're emphasizing cold water. So can you elaborate
I've
a little
heard
bit
that.
more on that?
I've heard that in a sense of they were like cold water is good in the morning and in the evening because like it like shock your
Right.
internal thing, your stomach and stuff. I don't know if it's like to wake it up, like wake up your blood cells or not.
Okay.
It's good on your face too.
Yes, I heard that, and I remember when I heard it, I was like, "Carlos, did you hear this?" Because our doctors always say room temperature water will hydrate you quick, will hydrate your skin, your body. But lately, a lot of medical doctors has been getting online and saying no cold water,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Wow, okay." And then you mentioned it, and I was like, "Okay." So look,
Yeah.
give if I want to look like you, I'm gonna do a whole lot of cold water.
Listen, come on, drink your cold water, drink your lemonade water, your
Thank
lemon
you.
water, put a couple of slices in there, you know what I'm saying? Juice.
Yes. Thank you.
Detox. I mean, it's a
Detox.
whole thing, girl. Like
Mhm.
it take a lot, but when you've been faced with death, I'll do a lot to stay
Yep.
here.
Yep. Yep.
Whatever it takes.
Look. So before we move on to our final question, we love to help our audience stay connected with you. So
Okay.
please tell everyone where they can find you online, follow your journey, purchase your
So,
product, and learn more about the secret serum skincare.
yes. So it's the Lovett Lane on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. The Lovett Lane. So that's on all the platforms. If you're on Facebook and Instagram, the beautiful thing is you don't even have to leave our page. Leave the page. You can shop right there on Instagram and Facebook, which I love because a lot of people are like, oh my god, an extra step. Nope, you can shop right there. TikTok as well. You can shop right there in our showcase on the Lovett Lane. Our website is also the Lovett Lane at thelovettlane.com. So the Lovett Lane everywhere. I made it easy for you guys. Listen, the Lovett Lane
Yes, you did.
can't mess it up.
Yes, you did. Look, when I saw all of your social media network, I didn't feel bad because everything got Oasis, South Florida Cigar Lounge on it. Everything has it. When I saw yours, look, if they confused, all they got to think about lovettlane.com.
That's it. That's it. I don't want nobody to be confused.
So look, I got a fun question for my girl. I got a fun question for you. So we ask every guest this question because it reflects the heart of our podcast. So outside of work, running a successful business, because it is, I speak it into existence. How do you personally relax, unwind, and enjoy life?
Oh, so besides self-care and stuff, because to me, that's not a reward. That is a must. It's happening no matter what I did, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm self-caring. So outside of that, I like to hang with my girls. I like to go out. I like to be crafty. I like to make things. Listen, I go to a movie by myself. I don't need nobody. Me, my blanket, get the VIP seat, lean all the way back and watch me a movie, honey. I like to hang out with my mother-in-law who we have a multi-generation home. So I hang out with my mother-in-law like every other weekend, every other week. Sometimes we'll do something. I'm introducing her to new things. What else? Sleep, binge watch, bubble bath, any like museums, traveling. I just do now. I don't be like, oh, when is the perfect time? I be like, oh, I want to go to the movie. All right, go to the movie. Like I don't wait no more for the perfect time or the right time or when things calm down because I've learned that there's no perfect time. There's no right time. There's no when things calm down. Life gon' life. It keep going without us. So I'm gonna keep doing me.
That was awesome to hear that. I'm glad you spent all that time enjoying life. So
Yes.
I would say thank you so much for spending time with us today. Again, your story reminds us that success comes through perseverance, faith, and also believing in yourself, which you said many times before. So it has been truly a pleasure having you with us. We wish you continued success with the Secret Serum Skincare. And thanks for joining us for another episode of Unwind with Oasis.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know. Oh my
I'm
God.
so
It's like we
happy.
coming to a closure and I don't want to close because, we both can talk.
Right.
I
We can
know.
talk more.
Girl, look, we can talk. Carlos say he's going to close. But
We go close.
I know. Oh my God. Look. So if
And then
you
y'all over there,
enjoy.
y'all ain't telling. Okay, hold on. You ain't telling what you was smoking on. I don't know what.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Look, I'm about to hand him the mic.
You know,
What you smoking out?
my wife didn't put none of that in the script. I tried to tell her, that's the first thing we do, but she like to take over things. So, as a man, I'm going to humble myself before her and the Lord so he can exalt me in
okay,
due
okay.
time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, today we're smoking Olivia Milano cigar, and it has a Mandura wrapper on it. And it's a good medium full cigar, nice, smooth smoking. It has pretty much spices of maybe a little cocoa, a little black
Oh wow.
pepper, hints of maybe a little nuts here and there, but very good
Okay.
cigar to smoke.
She smoked, so we can
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and also we're pairing it with some Nod Creek bourbon, as you see right there.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So when it comes to pairing, this is how I do it. This is Carlos Armstrong 101 cigar and whiskey or bourbon pairing, right? So, with me, I never take a strong cigar and pair it with a strong drink, right? With a strong
Oh,
bourbon or
okay.
whiskey or any other type of drink. You know, you want to kind of, you do a strong cigar, do it with a pretty much a kind of like a mild drink. You know, so that's just 80%, no higher. You know,
Okay.
you start going to 90%, 100%. You know all that good stuff. Proof, right? Then you smoking a full body cigar. You got that drink that's about a 90 some proof or higher. It's not gonna taste right. You know, so
Ooh,
so and then you flip the script. Say, okay, you got a strong bourbon. All right, then you get your milder cigar. You know what I'm saying? So it can blend together. So that's my
that makes
parent one
sense.
on one right there. You know, never do
Listen,
exactly. Never do hard and never do mild and mild. You know what I'm saying? Because you want the mix. It's like a mix, right?
yeah,
So that you want the mix to set in your on that palate real well. You don't want to have it on that palate and be like, ugh. You can't stand the taste of the cigar. You can't stand the taste of the spirit that you're drinking. So,
that
that's how
makes
you
sense.
do that thing right there. But anytime, just let us know. We'll send you out some products, for you or your loved ones, anything like that. Hopefully y'all will like them, pretty sure. And that way, we can put you on the list.
Absolutely.
So look, don't beat me up because that should have been a question I should have asked you a long time ago. Have you ever smoked a cigar, girlfriend?
I have. It was a couple of years ago at one of our Black Chamber event. And they had someone outside. It was a meet and greet. They had someone outside rolling them and doing a light education on it.
Okay.
That was my first time ever doing one.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know what I was doing.
Look,
I don't
I'm going to
know.
give you
So
the
it was like,
class.
oh, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I don't know.
So look, we're going to give you the Cigar 101 adequacy class. And we also have it on our website as well. Because
Okay.
also with the Unwind with Oasis. And I should have done it. But I did tell you this is my third interview, right? So I'm learning
Yep.
as I
Yep.
go
Yep.
along. So with everyone that's on the platform prior to, we will send them the same cigar that we're smoking.
Oh, that's dope.
And we'll smoke it together and we'll tell you what to pair it with. And so hopefully next time we bring you and you at the lounge. And we doing it at the lounge and enjoy it. I know.
The lounge is in the lounge is in Florida,
Well,
right?
the lounge right now is in North Carolina, but by the time we bring you back 1 August, it'll be in Florida.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
Breezeway flights are like $40-$50 round trip. Girl, I hook you up. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Breezeway is the airline.
Yes, that's a new airline. It's amazing. Oh my God. Top notch. Seats are amazing. So shout out to Breezeway. I'm Oasis
Listen,
South
Breezeway,
Florida
we need
Cigar
we
Lounge.
need we need a sponsor. Come on,
Yes,
come
we
through.
do. We need sponsors. So great airline, comfy seats, very spacious. They serve drinks, they serve food. Oh, it
Wow.
was amazing. I mean, it takes me, so we have a house also in Daytona. So it takes us right to our house in Daytona. So we have a house in North Carolina and we also have a house in Daytona. So transferring the business 1 August to Florida because everybody been calling. Everybody is like, we
said
need the
that.
lounge. So I'm like,
Yes.
I'm moving it there. But after the interview and everything, we'll make sure we met what we smoking, babe? We're going to mail you out an Olivia Milano. And before you smoke it, call me. I'm going to give you some tutorials.
Yes.
And we're going to smoke it together. While you smoking, I'm smoking. We're going to go through that together. Because that's what we want to do with every guest that's on the
Okay.
platform. I want them to relax, unwind, and enjoy. So what I would say, if you enjoyed today's conversation, please like, follow, subscribe, and share this episode. We'll include with Laurasha's website and social media link in the description below because I want everybody to be able to continue to follow her because guess what? Laurasha is doing her thing. Carlos, you got something to say?
Until next time.
Look, so I got Laurasha is up here. She is posing. She's very elegant. And if you're looking for a luxury mobile cigar lounge for your next wedding, corporate event, private celebration, golf tournaments, or special occasion, we'll love the opportunity to serve you. Until next time, relax, unwind, and enjoy.